Hey there, Chuck with RoadRebuilder.com. We are here with our third and final game here. Wish this guy good luck. Antler 693 is who we are up against. So we will go ahead and play first here. And Baleful Eidolon and Fanatic. This card has come up like every game so many times. So I think we will not mulligan here, as we only need one more land to cast our Keepsake Gorgon on turn 5, and if we hit any of our ramp at all, or any of our other small creatures, we're in really good shape. So no, we will not mulligan. And we will go ahead and throw out a swamp here. Say okay. And he is running some red here. And wait, we haven't seen the whole game, so that's actually going to be pretty cool. Go ahead and throw out Baleful here. He has a Spark Jolt to deal with it. Seems pretty good use of that. So maybe he's just got a bunch of removal here. I don't know. We do not have a turn 3 play, as we have not hit any ramp. So Grave Robber Spider or Wait can be the next thing that we can hope to cast. And Spear Point Oread seems pretty good. It does have the first strike. We hit another Black Source here. So that is our next for our Keepsake Gorgon. We will go ahead and throw out Grave Robber at this point. Say okay. And see what he's got to do with this. If he swings, we know he's got something in his hand. So he just casts a Borderland Minotaur here. And end of turns. So we have a Ferris Band Centaurs on the play here. So if we are going to go ahead and just play it. Or maybe we go ahead and Keepsake Gorgon here. As 2 more land. I think Ferris Band is a safe play here. I think that's okay. We won't attack with anything. We'll just stay on the defensive for now. Phalanx Leader could be an issue, but we can get rid of that if we need to. So no attackers this turn, that's fine. Really like that. Pharika's Cure is perfect. As we can go and cure off this Phalanx Leader now. And gain 2 life here. So I feel like at this point we will just go ahead and play it safe. We're not going to go ahead and swing, as that gives him a lot more power on the backswing. So hopefully we don't see a Bestow creature come down here, because that could get really ugly really fast. Celestial Archon is pretty good with flying and first strike. And Asphodel Wanderer is interesting. And we will go ahead and wait this Celestial on here, which makes it a 1/2 first striker flying, which is not as worrisome. Asphodel Wanderer I will throw out here. And we will go ahead and swing in with Ferris Band this turn. See how he decides to block that, if at all. Which is fine, because I'm okay with throwing Asphodel Wanderer under the bus if he decides to swing in with Borderland. I'm not scared of the Celestial Archon at this point. So that makes him a 3/4 again. So he's going to swing in with everything here. Which means he's probably got a big thing here. So I feel like I'm going to end up regretting blocking here. But I feel like he's got a Titan Strength in his hand. Battle-wise, Valor does it too. So, yeah, I should have listened to my gut instinct there and not attacked. So here we're going to have to throw out the Gorgon this turn. And I meant to attack Ferris Band, but that did not happen, so this turn I feel like he'll probably just swing with the Celestial. But we will see if he has some more combat tricks here. He is going to swing with all again. So I'm actually just going to block this. And take 7 here. So we'll see what he's got here on the back end. Ill-Tempered Cyclops as Trample is a 3/3. So another land. No. So we'll go ahead and do this, as I've only got 6 available here. So we'll see if he gives it haste or not. If he gives it haste, I'm definitely swinging with it. He does not give it haste, it doesn't look like. Oh, he does. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and swing with that. And possibly even the Ferris Band here. And draw 2 cards, because we really need that at this point. So we'll go ahead and cast Warrior's Lesson here on both of these. Draw a couple cards here. So Lash is nice. as is Mogus's Marauder, as that's going to give me lethal next turn if I can survive this turn. As that will give me 3, say 1, 2, 3. If I draw a land next turn, I've definitely got lethal. Depends on what he swings with this turn as to whether I can hope to have lethal next turn or not. Because I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. But I can only make 3 of my guys intimidate here. So he swings with everything here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to take the safe bet here and hope that he can't overpower me. So I'm going to death touch that and take 7. As he can monstrous it, and it has trample. But he's only going to get 1 out of the trample if he monstresses. So he is going to monstrous it, but it's still going to die. In this turn, I draw a swamp, which would have allowed me to. But I can do both this turn now. So we are going to get rid of his flyer, bring him down to his ground game. Which is nice. But that doesn't give me enough to cast Marauder this turn. So I'm just going to swing with this guy. Get him down to a 7. And hope that he does not have a haster. That can deal me a lot of damage here. So Elite Skirmisher, whenever you cast a spell that targets it, you can tap target creature. Wow. 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 That could not have worked out any more perfect for him. So we'll go on to game 2 here. We will bring in Fleet Feather and Unravel. And I think that's what we can bring in here to really make a difference here. And maybe even Guardians is fine over like an Asphodel Wanderer. We will get rid of our Setessan and Oathsworn here. And I feel like we're just fine with that. We'll just go with that. So here in the finals, we land screw a little bit right off the bat. We pull out of it, and then he just gets an amazing combo there at the end. After all that fighting back and forth. So yes, we will play first here. We have all of these and Astral Cornucopia on the field here. But early game, we're pretty skunked. So no, we won't mulligan, but hopefully we hit something else here pretty quickly here. Otherwise, he could just overwhelm us here early game. So a sword-wise center would be really nice right now. And we hit a mountain. Not exactly what we want to see here. But he doesn't have a turn 2 play either, which is great for us. And Scourge of Skull Veil is going to be pretty nice. So hopefully we can land this and not have it get destroyed as soon as it drops. Two-headed Cerberus is pretty nice. And a sword-wise center is going to put a stop to that. But that double strike is pretty nasty. So we're not going to attack this turn. So before we do anything here, we are going to swing with sword-wise center, see if he blocks it. He's not going to block it, which is fine. So this turn we'll go ahead and just throw out the Astral Cornucopia. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we throw out the Ferris Band Centaurs here, as that might be a little bit more potent. So here we've got pretty much unimpeded blocks. Crap. That was stupid. So he blocks the sword-wise centaur for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he's got Fall of the Hammer and he's just going to take this out at the same time. Now he's got Battle-wise Valor. But that's fine. We're going to go ahead and get it back here as we cast our Mender. Not right now, though, because that would be retarded, and we would not get anything out of it because we are still in first strike combat damage. So after combat, we'll go ahead and cast the Pharika's Mender here. And we'll return our Swordwise Centaur to our hand. So he brings something on to the Nyxborn Shieldmate here, which is now it's a 2/4 double striker. She still doesn't do anything with it, which seems pretty good for us anyways. And here is perfect. This is exactly what we want. Here we are going to 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cast Erebos' Emissary onto Ferrous-Band Centaurs here, as he is now a 6/10. We will go ahead and swing with both of these guys. He doesn't declare any blockers here. So now he has the last breath. Are you kidding me? Wow. Again. Golly. He has freaking everything. So he has an ill-tempered Cyclops here. I'll take the 4. And he gets lifelink off of it. Ugh. So here we'll swing with both. If he dies, I'm fine with that. And if he blocks one or the other, then I'm fine with that too. So he's going to block the Mender. So I'm going to try to deal 9 to him this turn. Or I can only deal 6, I guess. Or 5. So his ill-tempered is going to die here. And I'm just going to sink a buttload of mana into Astral Cornucopia here. See what he does here. Are you kidding me? He has another one? Ugh. Goodness gracious. So we can give that thing +3/+3, so it'll be a 5/7. That seems pretty good. So hopefully we have some hope still left here. If he doesn't draw into some crazy shenanigans here. He decides not to, so that's good for us. That's even better for us. That double strike is just destructive, though. So he has Fearsome Temper, which will do 8 damage, so I'm gonna have to double block here to get rid of that thing if he swings with it. But can I just win here? Because he can only block one thing. And I can only do 3, 6, 7, 8 to him. If he chooses to block the Grave Robber. If he doesn't block the Grave Robber, then I'm fine. But here I can at least do this. So I'm going to select here and here. And do 5 to him. Which will get him down to a 4. And then see what he can come up with here. And we ended up pulling that one out. Very narrowly. As next turn we can just swing with all and take everything. Here I think I just have to leave it how it is. I mean, maybe this Cutthroat maneuver becomes a little bit better of a card with the lifelinking than, say, maybe Keepsake. But maybe we just get rid of, like, say, Opaline here and go with this. So I'm really happy with this lineup. No, we will not mulligan. Just gonna throw out that. Our next play is just the Swamp here. I don't want to throw out Baleful Eidolon just yet. So here we're going to go ahead and just throw out Baleful. And hope that he doesn't have the immediate answer for it. So he's got destroy target enchantment, gain 3 life. Seems pretty nasty. Come up with another forest here. And at this point our best play is just to play Astral. For 1. Getting destroyed by this elite skirmisher is not my idea of a great time, but that's what happens. So it's got the Celestial Archon again. So unless I come up with some removal pretty quickly here, and that actually is a enchantment creature, so we can actually get rid of that. And we only have 4 available here, so again we have to take another 3. But I suppose that's better than taking 7. Did he draw it again? No, he has an ill-tempered Cyclops this turn. And we draw into more land. So here we will go ahead and throw out the Ferris Band Centaur. Say okay. And next turn we have the Centaur Battlemaster. So he'll attack with both here. And he has enough to monstrosity this, which is going to make it a 6/6. So we'll just go ahead and take out the Skirmisher and take the other 3. It's still blocking, so I don't really know what that gains him. Unless he also has like a Titan strength. Oh my goodness. This guy has an amazing deck, to say the least. Just has a ton of answers. And he last breaths that, so it gives me 4 more life though, which is going to be very critical. And again, we're going to go ahead and try to trade here. See if he's got the combat trick. He's going to monstrosity. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So unfortunately, he has a monstrosity in hand, and we don't have anything to target this thing. So if he swings, we're just going to have to take it, unfortunately. Or we're just going to have to trade, which is pretty awful. And Acro and Skyguard is about one of the worst things we can see at this point. So we're going to have to trade. And if he has a spell to buff his guy, then we're just dead. And a swamp is definitely not going to do it. So just getting land flooded here, like, insanely. And that is going to pretty much do it. Because there's not a whole lot we can draw at this point that's going to save us. Even weight's not going to get us there. So we're just unfortunately way too far behind at this point. And he has another one? Wow. And we have an answer for it again. So we're pretty much just hanging on for dear life at this point. And not really getting very far, but we got a couple of life back, so he keeps casting creatures and I keep coming up with the answer for them, and that's probably going to do it unless I come up with a creature this turn that can block that. And Lash will do it, so I'm drawing every single removal spell that I can possibly draw. So that's interesting and amusing, if nothing else. So, yeah, I'm pretty much out of removal at this point. And then another land, of course. Ill-Tempered Cyclops seems good. And that's going to do it, so... He's got it pretty much here. And I'm pretty sure he's even got the spell to cast onto it to make it. He's just got a monstrous hit, so... Unfortunately, we lose this one just due to mana screwing like crazy. But, all in all, not a bad draft. So, I feel like we could have come out of this a lot better if we wouldn't have mana screwed so hard this last match and just drawn nothing but removal and just gotten blown out with all the answers. But I feel like it did pretty well, so I don't know what you guys think, and we'll go ahead and see you this weekend with some pre-release fun. Have a good one, and thanks for watching. It's been Chuck with RogueDeckBuilder.com.